What up? Hey, it's wonderful and amazing Sharam here. Today we're talking about sexual desire and our ability to let ourselves want the things that honestly turn us on and excite us. Now, this is a video that I've often been afraid of doing simply because I feel like YouTube's algorithm and Instagram's algorithm and even Facebook's algorithm sort of doesn't support this. But you know what they say? You let that shit go. So here we are talking about sexual desire and talking about how surrender can play an amazing role in your sexual desire, not just with your connection with other people, but your connection with yourself. Now, if you don't know, the process of surrender is very simple. It is to allow yourself to feel whatever it is happening deep underneath, which means if you're struggling with something, you let yourself struggle, which means if you're longing for something, you let yourself long. This process is a deep healing process where you let your emotions run their cycle, their natural cycle, and ultimately at the end, you let something go. You let it go where you are basically free from it. You have an amazing conclusion, things like that. Now, when it comes to sexual desire, let's do two things. Our allowance, our feelings towards our own sexual desire, and also feeling desire towards something else. It's all the same topic anyway, to be honest. When you look at something, or when you look at someone, and you feel attracted to them at a deep sexual level, at a level where you lust towards them, where you would like to do nasty things or sweet loving things to that person, I invite you now to surrender to those desires. Does not mean you act on them, because we live in a society that, you know, certain rules, social rules. But this is something, first of all, you can do it if you're single or if you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it works easier. If you're single, like, you'll see results more because you're actually with someone. But you surrender to that desire that you have, which means as you are feeling desire for your partner, you let those emotions run their course. Now, what's interesting about this, and I hope you can hear me because I've got the washing going on in the background. What's interesting about this process is that as you surrender to your desires I would describe as something that, as a social collective consciousness, we actually have a lot of shit around. We have a lot of bullshit around. We have a lot of stories that we tell ourselves, that we've been telling ourselves for years, and that we've inherited it. Like, innately, there are, I would say, and I hate saying this, but I really, truly feel it, at an overall level, sexual expression, sexual desire is often almost like it's a taboo thing. Like, you do it behind closed doors. Not that you should do it in public, but I'm saying that the expression of it, as a collective, we tend to have these feelings that we say to ourselves, we shouldn't do it. Like, we shouldn't feel certain things, we shouldn't express certain things. This is why in the dating world, often people will, it's so janky. Like, everyone's like, what games do we play? Because they're afraid to express their desire, that I desire to go on a date with you. And what's interesting is, a surrendered person, when they express their desire, there is no attachment to it, because they are surrendered to the outcome as well. They have let it go. So they can say to someone, something, I find you beautiful, I find you attractive, I want you. But there is no attachment to it. So they can say, I want you, and the other person is then free to say no. And that without rejection, without fear, because they will feel at a deep level that sense of desire. It's a beautiful thing if you have no resistance towards that desire. Now, so the process. I always go on these tangents. You find someone, something, because I say something because some people aren't attracted to humans. we have things that we are attracted to, right? That you so desire. Now, this can be on a sexual level, this can be on a non-sexual level, doesn't matter. Step 2, surrender to that desire, which means, this is the 3 steps, right? Surrender to that desire. Now let yourself fully desire. Now here's, when we say there's 3 steps of surrender, The third step is always keep going till it changes. With this, I predict with most people the feeling that will change next to on their pathway to surrender to that desire is honestly a sense of fear, a sense of pain, a sense of judgment, a sense of rejection, that we have extra layers that stop us from truly expressing our desire at an unattached, much more upper level manner. Meaning that when you are a person who goes, I desire you, you desire someone, that we are afraid of desiring. So what we do is we hold ourselves back, and then it's build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. A common parallel when I'm working with people, a common parallel that I see in people's dating lives is, like, say, for example, fear of texting. They want to say something, they're afraid of saying that, so what do? They hold back, they suppress it, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up. When they say the things that they want to say, it often comes out so much just angst and anxiety that the other person is overwhelmed. We can feel the pain that other people go through. So, like, at an energetic level, yeah. At a physical, emotional level, we communicate this. We communicate our fears. It's written on our face. It's written on our body language. Oh, happiness. What does that look like? Sadness. What does that look like? We fucking communicate how we fucking feel. So, it's really important then to consider that with our desires, when you desire your partner, when you desire someone on a date, to surrender to that desire, it does not have to manifest as physical behavior just yet. At this stage, if you are watching this video, if you are new to surrender, you surrender to that desire. If you are new, if you are not new, it's worth working with me. If there's goals that you want to achieve through success, through surrender, privately. Right now, I have 5 available slots that I'm willing to work with people in. That's for an immersion period of like 6 weeks. Oops. Sorry, yeah, it's still recording, thank God. My little low power thing came up. But we surrender to that desire, we let it come up, and we let it come up so we can not only learn and let go of our desire, so we have less of attachment to it, so it's giving rather than giving and taking. It's pure a gift of energy, but also at the same time, when we surrender to our desire, we also allow all the pain, all the negative associations to come up. Now, there is a difference between surrendering to our desires and trying to create a certain outcome with someone. And that might be a topic for a future video. But it's just worth recognizing that when you are surrendering to yourself, you are like one alignment. Like, I've often described it as like a pipe. Your body, it's like a pipe, like goes from down to the earth, up to the heavens, like chakras. Like, if you surrender more, you'll feel this at a very deeper level. You'll experience it at a very deep level. When you are surrendering your desire with someone else, you basically line up your pipes. It's like you and they are one thing. So often, if you feel that they are in pain, like you desire them and you can feel them pull away, that's because they have something to surrender. And you can then help them or not, or invite them to. And it's a bit of a topic that is not quite ready to be released just yet. I might do it in the future. But I can honestly say from my own self-experiments and people I've worked with, when this is done properly, you create wholesome, healthy relationships that are either sexual or non-sexual, that have such a heart-opening effect, that are beautiful beyond comparison. It's like we wish our whole life was just filled with these relationships. So thank you so much for watching this video. I always like producing these things, these handheld ones. To be honest, it was a bit more difficult me doing this on the weekend. I think it's been almost a week since me doing one every single day. Might keep it up. But right now I do want to keep it up. So if I don't do it on the weekends, you know what? Forgive me. But yeah, so thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you Monday. If you have any questions, comment below. And if you want to work with me privately, link is in the thing.